Watch carefully. Meet my new friend, Gollum. He obeys all of my commands. Look, move left, move right, back to position, and stay. Wait, but don't go yet. There's still more. Hi, and welcome to another episode of TechnoKids, me, Amna. What you just saw a while earlier was a magical liquid called ferrofluid. And if you guessed it right from the name, it's a liquid, but made out of iron. How does that work? Ferrum is the chemical name for iron. On the periodic table, it's represented as Fe. Ferrofluid is a kind of liquid that gets strongly magnetized in the presence of a magnetic field. Ferrofluid is made up of tiny nanoscale magnetized iron particles combined with a fluid medium. Ferrofluid was invented in 1963 by NASA. Before the invention of the ferrofluid, scientists faced a challenge during space explorations, as they couldn't route the rocket fuel to the engines due to the absence of gravity in space. But by combining rocket fuel with ferrofluid, they could pump the fluid in the direction they wanted by using a magnetic field. Remember that trick I showed you in the beginning? Well, the secret is, it wasn't just the ferrofluid. I had a magnet with me too. I hid it under the tray so that you guys couldn't see it. And I moved the magnet around so it looked like the ferrofluid was moving. As you can see from the illustration, the magnetic field of a magnet travels from its north pole to its south pole. The spikes formed by the ferrofluid is a formation of this invisible magnetic field. The stronger the magnet, the bigger and the better the spikes will be. So try to get hold of a strong magnet for best results. Watching the spikes can be a very satisfying activity. Look what happens when I touch the spikes and give it a stir. You can see that the spikes bounce back once I lift my finger. Isn't that amazing? Ferrofluid is a really sticky and messy liquid. That's why I recommend using gloves when you handle it. If I didn't wear gloves, this would be on my hands. So, for the next experiment, you're going to need a few magnets, a bolt, a disposable cup or tray to avoid any mess, a syringe filled with ferrofluid. I used an adult's help with filling this. And don't forget the gloves. So, how do you even do this experiment? Well, you need to take your magnets and you have to place your little tray or cup on top. Then, just let the bolt snap on top. Voila! Now, it's time for the syringe and the star of the show, the ferrofluid. You're going to slowly inject this at the rim of the bolt. And oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. But you have to do this really slowly. The little spikes will build up. And if you look closely, you can see the ferrofluid is going around the whole bolt. These spikes remind me of pineapples. By now, most of you guys must be so excited to try out all this cool stuff yourselves. Ferrofluid is available for purchase on online shopping sites such as Amazon. Why don't you try it out and share with us pictures and videos of your experiments with ferrofluid? Quiz time! What do you think the biggest magnet on Earth is? Well, you wouldn't believe it, but it's actually the Earth itself. The Earth's gravitational pull acts like a giant magnet and pulls everything around it to its center. I hope you found this episode of TechnoKids interesting and informative. See you next week with more interesting stuff on technology and science in another episode of TechnoKids. Until then, this is Amna signing off. Stay safe and stay tuned.